doubleheader today. The Cougars take the opening game from Georgia Regents Augusta 6-3 and look for the doubleheader sweep here. 32-11 CSU now, 15-10 in Peach Belt play. Augusta drops to 14-24 and 7-15 in conference play. Matt Golden is our studio producer, and Brian Headley will get ready to throw the first pitch of this game for the Cougars coming up in just 1 minute. And we'll take a break and come back and get this game underway. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
In blind taste tests, consumers are asked to choose which cola taste they prefer. I usually drink Coke, but Pepsi was way better than Coke. You can tell the difference.
I was a little bit surprised. The Pepsi sweeter.
They're right on the money. Nationwide, more people prefer the taste of Pepsi versus Coke where they have a preference.
I'm a Coke drinker, and I picked a Pepsi challenge, and I like Pepsi. I'll give Pepsi a shot, though.
Let your taste decide. Pepsi, a Southern original.
If you have family or friends looking for great overnight accommodations in Columbus, call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms complete with HD 46-inch TVs and secure high-speed wireless and wired internet near Bradley Park.
In North Columbus, the Wingate Hotel is close to shopping, dining, and entertainment. And after your busy day, relax in their saltwater pool or spa. They offer a complimentary shuttle to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Rollins Way in Bradley Park, 706-225-1000.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Brian Headley, 6'7", 200-pound senior right-hander out of Wetumpka, Alabama, getting his warm-up tosses in. Brian, 4-2 record, 4.45 ERA. In 11 appearances, 10 of them have been starts, 54 2/3 innings, 61 hits, 27 earned runs, 45 strikeouts, and 23 walks. Let's set the Cougars defensively for you. A couple of changes. Kevin Manos is in left field. Brendan Collins in center field. Jackson Oliver in right. Blake Edwards at third. Ryan Eiley, the shortstop. Carson Bowers is the second baseman. Mike McClellan moves from the DH to the first baseman in this game. And Blaine Miller is behind the plate in game number 2. Blaine, one of our 14 seniors on this ball club that they were honored before the game in a ceremony. And Bradley Dennis will lead it off for the Jaguars. Dennis did not play in the first game today. And he's hitting a .316 on the season and limited playing time, just 38 at bats. Hits from the left side of the plate. First pitch swinging, fouls it over the press box and out of play. And this game is underway at 4:41 this afternoon. Just short of 3-hour first game. The 6-3 win for the Cougars. And the 0-1 is in there for a called strike. And Brian ahead in the count, 0-2. Softball team won their opening game 9-3, hit 6 home runs. They're off and running with a 4-0 lead in the second inning of the nightcap against Flagler. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He wailed at one that was low and away. And out number 1, a good start for Brian Headley and the Cougars here in game 2. And here is Kevin Donson, the left fielder. He was a pinch hitter in the opening game, and he was 0 for 1. First pitch swinging, fouled it away over the bullpen on the right side. 0-1. So the Cougars with 32 wins now, 32-11. They have, after that slow start in conference play, with the last 2 months, they have been like a train barreling down the tracks toward what we hope is an NCAA tournament appearance again. The pitch misses, 1-1, 32-11. Putting together as good a resume as anybody in the Southeast region right now. Breaking ball missed. 2-1. They've got some quality wins on their schedule as well. We talked with Coach Greg Appleton about this in the pregame show for the opening game today. What they need to do is move up in the conference standings. There's a little roller off the end of the bat. Carson Bowers at second slipped, but he picks himself up in time to pick it up and make the play and throw on the first to get him. Out number 2. Here's Clint Hardy, the center fielder. He hit a home run in the first inning of game 1. It was his only hit in that game, 1 for 3. And for Hardy, his 6th home run of the year. He's hitting .429 coming into this. But because the Cougars got off to that slow start in conference play, they've slowly been climbing up the ladder in the conference standings. The pitch is in there for a strike, but sitting in 6th place coming into today's play. And Greg feels like that, you know, to really make that resume pop for the NCAA, swung on, fouled off at the plate. He wants to move up in the, certainly in the top half, top, you know, 4 or 5 at least, 3 or 4 preferable in the conference. The 0-2 pitch fastball just missed outside. 1-2. We'll check on some other scores and Peach Belt play here in just a moment. Ground ball to third, backhanded by Edwards behind the bag. Long throw, and he got him. A fine play by Blake Edwards by the bag at third, and a strong start for Brian Headley. 1, 2, 3. Go the Jaguars here in the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning in game number 2. GRU Augusta nothing. The Cougars just now coming into bat. This is Cougar Baseball on the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
You're busy with places to go and people to see. At BB&T, we understand. That's why we created the Synovus Connections prepaid card. Use it for purchases, ATM withdrawals, and even get cash back. It's an affordable alternative to checking, simple to load, and can be replaced if lost or stolen. Plus, there's no credit check required. Let BB&T help you manage your busy lifestyle. Visit us for details or to open your Synovus Connections card today. BB&T, a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC. Fees and restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Columbus State University, committed to excellence in the classroom and on the court. Burger King is proud to support Columbus State University. Over the years, the men's and women's teams have built a tradition of hometown success. This success is founded on a dedication to the highest standards of preparation, practice, and performance. You see it on the court, and you see it in the classroom. Columbus State University, a standard of excellence Burger King is proud to support.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Left-hander getting his warm-up tosses on the mound for the Jaguars. A familiar name for baseball fans around here. He is Matthew Kuhlenberg. Kuhlenberg is from Columbus. As a matter of fact, former Columbus State player. He transferred out of here a couple of years ago and went to a junior college, and now he's over in Augusta. We'll give you his numbers in a moment. Brendan Collins will lead it off against him. Brendan was 1 for 5 in the opening game. Brendan 4-10 coming into today's series. The left-hander Kuhlenberg kicks and fires, and it's downstairs for ball 1. He is 2-4 with an ERA of 3.37 in 11 appearances. Now this is the 11th and his 8th start. The lefty pitches, and Brendan tries to bunt his way on and fouls it at the plate. And the count is even at 1-1. 34 2/3 innings, 37 hits, 29 strikeouts, and 18 walks for Kuhlenberg. And Kuhlenberg works from the stretch with nobody on. Pitches downstairs. And it's 2-1. Brendan with great speed, of course, had a bunt single in the opening game. Swinging and lines it into center field for a base hit. So a good start to the bottom of the first for the Cougars. Brendan Collins picks up hit number 77 on the year for him. Watch him at first now. He's 29 out of 29 in the stolen base department. Here's Jackson Oliver, 3 for 5 in the opening game with 1 RBI, and it was a big one. It got home the go-ahead run with 2 outs in a 3-run 6th inning for the Cougars. Brendan with a good lead over there. Jackson shows bunt, takes it outside, ball 1. Gage Patton was charging in at third. Well, the other kid who played third for the Jaguars in the first game, Tyler Roberts, made some outstanding defensive plays. Jackson Oliver, 323 coming into today's doubleheader. He's got 29 RBIs now, adding that big one in the opening game. Throw over the first. Kuhlenberg keeping an eye on the speedy center fielder for the Cougars. Brendan with a good lead, and he's leaning towards second. And there he goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw down to second is, in time. Got him. Boy, Brendan not so sure about that, and neither am I. As the throw was to the first base side, Brendan went in head first. The tag was on the leg. Brendan thought he got his hand in there. The base umpire disagreed, and so it's the first caught stealing of the year for Brendan, and a dubious one at that. Pitch misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. He got a good jump. It was a fine throw by Alford, but it tailed on the first base side, and the quick tag was applied to the leg. Fouled back to the screen. And 2-2. Brendan didn't argue long, just kind of over his shoulder as he was headed back to the dugout. One more regular season home game. That is this Wednesday when Valdosta State comes in. Breaking ball misses outside, and it's 3-2. That'll be our next broadcast, 5 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. And then the Cougars are at Armstrong next weekend, and then they'll have the weekend off before the Peach Belt Conference tournament starts here in Columbus. Popped him up in left field. Left fielder Kevin Dodson under it, and he's got it for out number 2. And that'll bring up Mike McClellan. Mike had a 2-run home run in the opening game, his 14th of the season, and now sitting at 60 RBIs. Hit a rocket over the left center field wall up under the balcony of the Cunningham Center. Kuhlenberg to the belt, to the plate, in on his hands, but he fisted into center field for a base hit. Mike is so strong, and obviously the bat in college helps as well, but got it into center field even with the pitch in on his hands. So second hit of the inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, Blaine Miller. Blaine didn't play in the first game. He's had a fine season his senior year, 373, 25 RBIs and 6 home runs. Done a good job behind the plate when he's been in there as well. There's a shot. Fair ball inside the bag at third, down toward the corner. McClellan headed to third, and they will hold him there as the throw gets back in. And Blaine is in at second with a stand-up 2-out double. He hit a bullet in between the bag and the third baseman, Patton. Jumping on the first pitch. So McClellan stops at third. Blaine Miller at second. And here's the DH in this game, Christian Miller. Christian in limited time. This is just his 35th at bat. 235 average. Christian's a junior out of Eastman, Georgia. Takes the first pitch outside, ball one. He's got a chance to give the Cougars the early lead here. CSU trailed 3-0 in the opening game. Didn't take the lead until a 3-run sixth inning. Runners lead from second and third. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Fourth inning, game 2 of the softball doubleheader. Lady Cougars up 4-0, looking for the sweep of Flagler. 1-1 pitch, chopped toward the hole at third and into left field for a base hit. McClellan scores. Here comes Miller to the plate. He will score, and the Cougars are on top, 2-0. The Miller boys go back-to-back. Christian Miller with a 2-run, 2-out single. All 8 runs that the Cougars have scored today have come with 2 outs. How about that?
The second baseman, number 10, Carson Bauer.
So good for Christian. Getting a chance to play and picks up a couple of RBIs right off the bat. Here's Carson Bowers, the second baseman for CSU. He was 1 for 4 with a run scored in the opening game, fouled back to the screen. He also made some very nice defensive plays. Carson, 351 hitter on the season. 5 home runs, 35 RBIs. Peach Belt tournament here in Columbus, Saturday, May 9th and Sunday, May 10th. Single elimination, and the Saturday portion will be played here and at Golden Park. He tries to bunt, and he bunts it back to the screen, 0-2. CSU will play all of its games here at Ragsdale, regardless of the seeding. And we already know that their quarterfinal game will get started at 3 o'clock here on Saturday, May 9th. Coach Appleton, the home team, has a chance to pick their start time as well because of the fans. There's a drive, and the gap is going to drop in there for a base hit in left center. Miller headed to third, and the throw will be cut off. And the Cougars at first and third, and 2 outs. Carson Bowers lines a single. That's the 4th hit in a row and the 5th hit in this inning. Brendan Collins led off with a single and was caught stealing. Or the inning could be bigger. Here's Blake Edwards. And that's going to get the GRU Augusta coach out of the bullpen. He made quite a few visits in the opening game. So Matthew Kuhlenberg, a Columbus native and a former Columbus State player, is rudely greeted by his old team, giving up 5 hits in the first inning and 2 runs so far. And Blake Edwards in the opening game, 0 for 3 with a run scored. Jason Eller, second-year coach out of Georgia State, has had his say, goes back to the dugout. Spent a little time with him. He was in Coach Appleton's office during some of the rain delay last night. First time I'd been around him. Nice fellow. All right, here's Blake. See if we can keep this 2-out gravy train going today. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Patrick Collins flashing the signs down at third. The 0-1 pitch. Chopped toward third. Third baseman backing up. Fields throws, and he got him. Patton almost got himself in a little trouble at third. Let the ball play him, but he was able to make the play. But the Cougars pick up a couple of runs here in the first and leave a couple of men on, and 5 hits in the inning. We have played one in game number 2. CSU on top 2-0. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
Looking for relaxing and comfortable overnight accommodations in Columbus? Call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms complete with HD 46-inch televisions and a secure high-speed wireless and wired internet connection. You can relax in their spa or saltwater pool. Near Bradley Park, the Wingate Hotel is convenient for shopping, dining, and entertainment, and they offer complimentary shuttle transportation to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Rollins Way in Bradley Park. Call 706-225-1000.
In blind taste tests, consumers are asked to choose which cola taste they prefer.
I usually drink Coke, but the Pepsi was way better than the Coke. You can tell the difference.
I was a little bit surprised because Pepsi's sweeter.
Pepsi hit it right on the money.
Nationwide, more people prefer the taste of Pepsi versus Coke where they have a preference.
I'm a Coke drinker, and I took the Pepsi challenge, and I like Pepsi. I'll give Pepsi a shot now.
Let your taste decide. Pepsi, a Southern original. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Drew Taylor will lead it off for the Jaguars in the top of the second inning with the Cougars up 2-0. Taylor had a double in the first game, 1 for 3. Jaguars changed tops for this game, by the way. Had the gray tops on in the opening game, got the blue tops with the white letters and numerals. Cougars stayed all in white with the red letters and numerals that they wore in the first game. Brian Headley's first pitch is in there for a called strike. Brian had a 1-2-3 inning in the opening game. Pitch, soft liner in the right center for a base hit. Just reached out and served it. Went with it the opposite way. Took it back where the ball came from. And a leadoff single. Here's Nick Rao, the second baseman. Rao 1 for 3 with an RBI in the first game, but he made a big error in a tie ball game that allowed the game to be tied, I should say. They still had a lead and dropped a 2-out pop-up with the bases loaded. Breaking ball misses. 1-0. If you're wondering about the rainout last night and will that be made up, it will not. Peach Belt has a 2-day window to get games in. It's once a visiting team leaves, that window begins, leaving for the ball game. 2-0, and it's really strictly a money thing, because if you spread it out, then if you have a rain out and the team has to stay an extra night, pitch misses inside. In most cases, it's an overnight trip, so it would require the visiting team to spend extra money on an extra night in a hotel, and for that reason, that is not allowed. 3-0 is outside, 4-pitch walk after the leadoff single. So first and second and nobody out, and Gage Patton, who did not play in the opening game. Patton, a .320 hitter on the season. just 50 at bats, 6 RBIs, no home runs. Little guy hits from the left side of the plate. So that game is a game lost from the schedule by both clubs. We're in at the corners looking for a bunt. He is squaring. He bunts it. It's a good one down the third baseline. Blaine Miller picks it up and throws it wild away down into the right field corner. 1 run will score, and the other runner moves to third, and the batter goes down to second. So it will be scored a sacrifice bunt for Patton and then a 2-base throwing error on Blaine Miller. It was a good bunt. Blaine knew he had to hurry. And because of that, he threw it wide and passed first base, allowing Taylor to score. So it's 2-1 Cougars. Rouse at third and Patton's down at second. Nate Crown, first baseman, did not play in the opening game. Pitch is fouled at the plate. 0-1. Crown, 195 on the season coming into this game. Still nobody out, by the way, second and third. Fly ball in the center. That should be deep enough to get the runner home from third. Brendan Fields, he'll throw to third. Here comes the runner to the third, and he is out of there. A great throw from Brendan Collins to Blake Edwards at third. The run scores from third to tie the game at 2. On the sacrifice fly, RBI. But Patton is gunned down at third for out number 2. And that's the 5th doubleheader of the day that the Cougars have turned. 4 in the first game, including a double play and 3 straight innings. First pitch to Hunter Booz is high. Booz was 0 for 2 in the opening game, and he hits a sharp grounder to the shortstop, Ryan Eiley. He fields, he throws, and he got him. But the Jaguars have tied the game, picking up 2 runs here in the second. We go to the bottom of the second inning. GRU Augusta 2, Columbus State 2. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
CSU fans, your membership in the Cougar Club helps more than 250 CSU student athletes to take Cougar athletics to the next level. Funds raised from the Cougar Club memberships allow CSU to provide scholarships, travel, uniforms, equipment, medical services, recruitment costs, and much more. You can get more info and join the Cougar Club online at csucougars.com, or you can contact Roger Schultz at 706-562-1756. Become a Cougar Club member today.
Columbus State University, committed to excellence in the classroom and on the court. Burger King is proud to support Columbus State University. Over the years, the men's and women's teams have built a tradition of hometown success. This success is founded on a dedication to the highest standards of preparation, practice, and performance. You see it on the court, and you see it in the classroom. Columbus State University, a standard of excellence Burger King is proud to support.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAJ.
Bottom of the second inning here at Ragsdale, 2-2 ball game. And Kevin Manos will lead it off. Kevin didn't play in the opening game. 279 hitter and limited playing time. First pitch swinging, drives it deep to right. Right fielder to the wall. He looks up. It is gone. Home run, Kevin Manos. And just like that, on one pitch, the Cougars are back on top, 3-2. Kevin Manos with his 3rd home run of the season. His teammates are out to greet him. And Kuhlenberg is behind again. Very quickly.
Up next, the shortstop, number 13.
Kevin went the oppo on him up against the scoreboard. Into that screen against the scoreboard right in front of it. And here's Ryan Ollie, the shortstop, grounds to his counterpart at short. Hunter Boos, he fields, throws, and he got him for out number 1. Ryan had a good first game, 1 for 2, 2 runs scored. Back to the top of the order now, and Brendan Collins.
The center fielder, number 7, Brendan Collins.
Coach Greg Appleton pushing the right buttons here in game 2, inserts Kevin Manos in the lineup. And he rewards him with a at-bat, first pitch he sees in the game. Brendan shows bunt and takes a breaking ball strike. He singled in the first inning and then was caught stealing in a bang-bang play at second. First time he's been caught stealing in 30 attempts this year. The 0-1 is in the dirt and bounces away 1-1. So I was talking about the Peach Belt tournament being played here. The quarterfinals and the semifinals will be played on Saturday in simultaneous games here and at Golden Park. Brendan tries to drop a bunt down and he fouls it back and dings catcher Brent Alford. And Alford walking around trying to shake it off. 1-2 on Brendan now. Quarterfinal games will be played at 11 o'clock in both stadiums and at 3 o'clock in both stadiums. The Cougars will play at 3 here at Ragsdale in their quarterfinal game. The pitch is downstairs, 2-2. Then the semifinals will be played at 7 o'clock at both Golden Park and here at Ragsdale. And the championship game on Sunday at 1 o'clock here at Ragsdale. And again, the Cougars will play. Every game they play in the tournament will be right here on their home field. Pitches downstairs. 3-2, and they've already selected the 3 o'clock game. Again, home team also gets to select the time for their first game to try to get the biggest crowd. So 3 o'clock on that Saturday afternoon, May 9th. Swung on, fouled it back to the screen. 3-2. Coach Appleton elected to do that in play if he wins the quarterfinal game, to play back-to-back, basically a 3 o'clock quarterfinal, 7 o'clock semifinals. Otherwise, it would have been a really long day for the team that wins the 11 o'clock game. They'll have to play the semifinal at 7. There's a drive, deep left field, but he's way out in front of that one. Boy, he just hit a bomb over the batting cage down the left field line, but way out in front. So that's a long day by the time you count, you know, an hour and a half or so before the game, couple of hours get here, and then we'll have to turn around. You have to come back and play the night game. Again, he tries to come inside on him, and again, Brendan Collins just got up and tomahawked that ball way foul, not as deep that time. He's trying to come high and up on him, but he can't get the ball by him right now. Kuhlenberg comes to the plate, popped him up into left field. Medium left field. Kevin Dodson is under it, and he's got it for out number 2. That ball was up, but Brendan just got under it a little bit.
With 2 outs, and now batting the right fielder.
Here's Jackson Oliver, who popped to left his first time up. Cougars sent 7 men to the plate, scored a couple of runs in the first. Jackson tried to drop down a bunt, bunted through it. 0-1. The caught stealing in that inning prevented the inning from being a little bigger. 0-1, lefty to lefty, is fouled back toward the tennis courts. 0-2. Been a pleasant day. It's a little muggy. I mean, not terrible, not middle of the summer muggy, but a little muggy because of that another rain front that's supposed to roll through tonight and tomorrow. The 0-2 misses outside. 1-2. Braves lost earlier today in Toronto, 6-5 in 10 innings. 1-2 pitch to Jackson. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Ball in the dirt. Picked up by Alford. Throws the first to complete the strikeout. So first strikeout for Kuhlenberg, and we've played 2 innings here in Columbus at Ragsdale Field. The Cougars have gone back on top thanks to the long home run off the bat of Kevin Manos. CSU leads 3-2 as we go to the third. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540, WDAK. Cougar Baseball is sponsored by Pepsi, Burger King, the Wingate Hotel in Bradley Park, CB&T, and the St. Francis Orthopedic Institute. Follow the Cougars on the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540, WDAK. 2 is a beautiful number. 2 is such balance. 2 harmony. 2! And equality. Most of the time.
We've got 2 different ways of looking at things.
The Valley's Morning News.
I just was calling to give you my 2 cents.
And these 2 make for one great show.
I started to put 2 and 2 together and I realized where they stood.
The Valley's Morning News with Scott and West. Yes. Monday, 7 to 9 on News Radio 540, WDAK. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540, WDAK.
Top of the third, 3-2 Cougars on top. Let's see, some other games. Montevallo beat Young Harris 12-11 in the first game of their doubleheader. Montevallo trying to keep their hopes alive to make the conference tournament. And Pembroke and Lander. First pitch from Brian Headley. First pitch swinging. Backhanded by Carson Bowers. Long throw, and he got him. Carson Bowers, another great play at second. Ranging toward the bag. He was on the edge of the outfield grass, not quite behind the bag. Made the backhanded play. He was off balance when he threw, but he threw a strike and got the out. So Alford was down. We've seen there have been some errors today by both sides, but we've seen some really good plays by both sides also. Pitches downstairs to Bradley Dennis, 1-0. He struck out swinging his first time up. And the next pitch is downstairs, 2-0. Let's see. Pembroke beat Lander 9-4 in game 1. Pitch misses 3-0, so Brian behind in the count 3-0. Next pitch is in there for a called strike. 3-1. Fouled away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Every time I start to give you a score, the Peach Belt website refreshes itself and updates. I have to go to my phone and take a look there. There's the 3-2 pitch that misses high and away for ball 4.
With a runner on first and 1 out. Now to bat.
O'Brien upset with himself. That walk,
Dodson.
his second in the game, and brings up Kevin Dodson. Grounded to Carson Bowers at second, his first time up. So a 1-out walk in the top of the 3rd. Ball hit back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Right back through the box and just to the shortstop side of the bag. And Ryan Eiley gave it a try, couldn't quite get there.
With runners on first and second and 1 out.
So the second hit of the game for the Jaguars, putting runners at first and second and 1 down. They've had a lot of base runners today. Hit into 4 double plays in the opening game. Double play here in this game. A fly out to center, throw to third, 8 unassisted, 5 double play. Pitch is driven into center field. Brendan Collins back short of the track. He's under it. He's got it. Runner will tag from second and go to third as the throw comes back into second. And Hardy is down for the second out of the inning. Dennis moves to third. Bradley Dennis. Dodson stays at first. And we'll bring up the DH, Drew Taylor. He had a single. Scored a run in their 2-run second inning. Runners at the corners. Pitch from Headley. Breaking ball sweeps way outside. 1-0. Taylor's got power. He leads their club with 9 home runs. He hit one high off the left center field fence in the opening game. In the very first inning, pitch is fouled back our way, just to our right and over the press box. Ball and a strike to Drew Taylor. And the 1-1 breaking ball down in the dirt. 2-1. Brian Headley, another one of our seniors, 6'7", 200-pounder out of Wetumpka. String bean right-hander, they used to call it. There's a drive in the gap in right. That ball is deep toward the wall and indeed over the wall for a 3-run home run. Drew Taylor with his 10th home run of the year. And the Jaguars have gone on top. 5-3.
2 outs. Now batting the second baseman, number 11.
Again to right center, obviously at this park all the time. That's the natural jet stream, even when the wind is not playing very much of a factor. The ball just jumps and carries that way. There's a drive down the right field line. Trouble if it's fair, but it just drops foul, about a foot foul. Down the right field line about midway. Jackson Oliver couldn't get there in time, but it was just a long strike. So a 3-run home run off the bat of Drew Taylor. And it's 5-3. Augusta. So it's going to be one of those games, huh? pitch is fouled back to the screen. Had him reaching for that one. And Rao was in the hole at 0-2. He walked and scored in the second. Bryant has walked 2 batters, and they have both scored. The 0-2 pitch from Headley. Fastball just missed outside. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, just got a piece of it to stay alive. Fouled it back to the screen. Flagler has taken a 5-4 lead over the Lady Cougars in the softball game as they play in the top of the 5th inning and still batting down there after CSU had a 4-0 lead in that game. Lady Cougars won the opener 9-3. Pitch misses outside. And it's 2-2. So both the baseball and softball team winning the first game of the doubleheader and trailing in the nightcap at this point. There's a soft liner, one hopper to Edwards, bobbled, picked it up, throws, and got him. Good job by Blake, didn't panic, kept the ball in front of him, reached up, picked it up, fired a strike over. That's it for the Jaguars, but they pick up 3 big runs on a 3-run home run off the bat of Drew Taylor. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Ragsdale, and CSU trailing now 5-3. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
If you have family or friends looking for great overnight accommodations in Columbus, call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms complete with HD 46-inch TVs and secure high-speed wireless and wired internet. Near Bradley Park in North Columbus, the Wingate Hotel is close to shopping, dining, and entertainment. And after your busy day, relax in their saltwater pool or spa. They offer a complimentary shuttle to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Rollins Way in Bradley Park, 706-225-1000.
You're busy with places to go and people to see. At CB&T, we understand. That's why we created the Synovus Connections prepaid card. Use it for purchases, ATM withdrawals, and even get cash back. It's an affordable alternative to checking, simple to load, and can be replaced if lost or stolen. Plus, there's no credit check required. Let CB&T help you manage your busy lifestyle. Visit us for details or to open your Synovus Connections card today. CB&T, a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC. Fees and restrictions apply, subject to approval.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAJ.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, and Mike McClellan will lead it off for the Cougars. Find themselves trailing now 5-3, and the first pitch to Mike is downstairs, 1-0. Mike singled and scored in the 1st inning. Looking at some other scores from around the league. Montevallo split the doubleheader with Young Harris today. Young Harris winning the nightcap 7-6, and that Montevallo loss and the CSU win in the opening game means that the Cougars have clinched a spot. There's a line drive left field, but it's going to be hooking and down into the glove of Kevin Dodson. He hit that ball, he got on top of it, and it started to sink instead of rising when it got out to left field, and Dodson made the play for out number 1. Brings up Blaine Miller. He doubled and scored a run in the 3rd inning. So Montevallo trailed the Cougars. Montevallo was in 9th place and trailed the Cougars by 4 games in the loss column. Coming in, pitch misses, ball 1. Georgia Regents also had 14 losses coming into today. So now the Cougars with just 10 losses, swing and a miss in conference play. And after counting this game, we'll have 4 games remaining. So with Montevallo with 15 losses, Georgia Regents with 15 losses. Pitch misses, and it's 2-1. Cougars have clinched a spot. And it's a good thing since we're hosting. Pitch is fouled back to the Recreation Center. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Georgia College Armstrong doubleheader was canceled today because of wet field. 2-2 is fouled away. They got a little more rain this morning. It was a little after the time. They were also rained out last night. Since they're in the middle of the state, it took a little longer for that rain last night and early this morning to go past them. But that's to my point again about this field here at Ragsdale draining so well. Miller swing and a miss. Ball down in the dirt. And Alford picks it up and fires down the first to complete the strikeout. And I told you there was so much rain here that many fields we wouldn't have been playing today either. But this just drains so great, just like the softball field. Todd Reeser, the athletic director, was on with us in the first game talking about that. Here's Christian Miller, the DH. He singled in 2 runs in the first inning. Hits one deep in the hole at short. Boose Fields throws, and he got him. Nice throw by Hunter Boose. So Kuhlenberg has a shutdown inning after his teammates put him on top. In the top of the inning, we've played 3, and GRU Augusta leading it 5-3. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
There are a lot of kids in this country who didn't have a parent at their baseball games or recitals because their parents were serving in faraway places. But now their parents are coming home from battle. Some with wounds you can see, and some with wounds you can't see, like post-traumatic stress disorder. Every Day Wounded Warrior Project assists wounded warriors and their families with the Warriors to Work program, a program that helps warriors translate their military experience to civilian job experience, and they help employers find the right warrior for the right job.
My mom used to be a tank programmer. Now she works with computers. I'm really glad she's home because I can't eat my dad's marshmallow macaroni anymore. I was 2 when my dad went away to war. He was there for 3 of my birthdays. Now he's home and he's a logistics specialist.
If you're looking for proven professionals, contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
And we're back here in the 4th inning, and a new Columbus State pitcher, Mike McGinnity. Senior right-hander, 6'1", 200-pounder out of Pembroke Pines, Florida. And Mike 5-1 with an ERA of 5.73. So Brian Headley goes 3 innings and gives up 5 runs. Mike McGinnity has been in the weekend rotation at one point this year. And Mike will face Gage Patton, Nate Crown, and Hunter Boose due up here. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Jaguars, who lead at 5-3 in the top of the 4th. Patton had a sacrifice bunt. His first time up, pitch misses outside, 1-0. Let's see, Flagler beat Georgia Southwestern 5-2 in the first game of doubleheader. Pembroke beat Lander 9-4, opening game of their doubleheader. The 2-1-0 pitch misses, 2-0. Francis Marion beat North Georgia 5-4 in the first game of the doubleheader. They played last night, actually. North Georgia won that one, so that series is even at a game apiece. Pitch is fouled back. So that's with that North Georgia loss, they've got 7 losses now. And Armstrong with 7 losses. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the next pitch, soft liner in the right center that's going to drop in for a base hit. So the Jaguars are being very pesky here this afternoon. There's a leadoff single. That's just hit number 4 for the Jaguars, but one of the hit left the park and was responsible for 3 runs. Nate Crown sacrifice fly RBI in their 2-run second inning. Runner gets his lead at first. There's a sharply hit ball just foul down the third base line. Ooh, he just missed a chance for extra bases as it hopped just foul past that third base bag. 0-1. Aiken is not playing a conference series this weekend. They're the team right in front of CSU. The pitch is downstairs, 1-1. CSU, though, with actually 1 less loss than Aiken. That loss column is the important one. Teams are going to end up playing an unequal number of games because of rainouts. Pitch is fouled off at the plate. So then you get into, you know, what their percentage is. For instance, this weekend, coming into this weekend, Aiken was 16-11, 593 percentage. CSU 14-10, 583, despite 1 less loss. There's a line drive into right field, past a diving McClellan at first. And the Jags have first and second. And nobody out as Jackson Oliver got it back in a hurry. Crown went the opposite way. Action in the Cougar bullpen. I think that's Jordan Vilhauer down there. Again, my angle from this side of the press box looking through the netting and the poles, not very good, but I believe that is Jordan. Hunter Booz, the shortstop. 0 for 1 in this game. He's squaring, bunts it back to the mound, going to go to third. The throw is wide, but a great catch by Blake Edwards and stays on the bag for the out. Not only does he catch it, but he stays on the bag for the force out. My goodness. McGinnity's throw was to the home plate side of third base, and it looked like it had disaster written all over it, but Blake diving, made the catch, kept his foot on the bag for out number 1. How about that? Swing and a miss to Brent Alford, the catcher. That's the Gold Glover at work down there. Let's see if that can't be the boost that gets Mike out of this inning without any damage. Pitch is fouled away. 0-2. McGinnity gets the sign from Blaine Miller. And the pitch, there's a called strike 3. Right down the middle. So 2 down.
2 on and 2 out. Coming up the bat.
First strikeout for McGinnity.
22, Bradley Dennis.
Back to the top of the order, and Bradley Dennis. Check of the runner out at second, and the pitch, a strike. So after back-to-back singles to start the inning, Boos was not able to get a bunt down, got the force at third, bunt down successfully to move the runners up. And now the strikeout for 2 outs. Off-speed pitch just misses. Count is even 1-1 to the leadoff man, Bradley Dennis. Did not play in the first game. Blaine Miller asked for time. He trots to the mound to talk it over with Mike. Runners lead from first and second. And the pitch misses outside. And it's 2-1. Check of the runner out at second. And the pitch chopped right back to the mound. McGinnity has it. Mike will run halfway to first and then toss it over to Mike McClellan. So a good job by Mike McGinnity. 2 on, nobody out. He battles back to get out of it as the Jags strand a couple here in the 4th inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th in game number 2. GRU Augusta 5, Columbus State 3. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540.
Columbus State University, committed to excellence in the classroom and on the court. Burger King is proud to support Columbus State University. Over the years, the men's and women's teams have built a tradition of hometown success. This success is founded on a dedication to the highest standards of preparation, practice, and performance. You see it on the court, and you see it in the classroom. Columbus State University, a standard of excellence Burger King is proud to support.
In blind taste test, consumers are asked to choose which cola taste they prefer.
I usually drink Coke, but the Pepsi was way better than the Coke. You can tell the difference.
I was a little bit surprised. The Pepsi's sweeter.
Pepsi hit it right on the money.
Nationwide, more people prefer the taste of Pepsi versus Coke where they have a preference.
I'm a Coke drinker, and I took the Pepsi challenge, and I like Pepsi. I'll give Pepsi a shot now.
Let your taste decide. Pepsi, a Southern original. This is the flagship station of the DSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 5-3 Jaguars. And Carson Bowers will lead it off against Matthew Kuhlenberg. First pitch swinging, chops it to third. Patton playing in on the grass. Grabs it, fires to first for the out. So 1 down here, and Matthew Kuhlenberg, after struggling in the first and second inning, gave up 2 runs in the first. Cougars left 2 on and had a man thrown out at second, caught stealing. And then Matthew gave up a home run in the second inning, but his teammates have scored him some runs here so far. Here's Blake Edwards. First pitch misses 1-0. Blake is 0 for 1. And Kuhlenberg had a 1-2-3 third inning. And pitches in there for a called strike. And after that home run in the second inning, Kevin Manos led off with a home run in the second. Kuhlenberg has retired 7 in a row since that time. 1-1 misses inside. And it's 2-1. Matthew from Columbus and played here at Columbus State. Left a couple of years ago, played at junior college, and then transferred into GRU Augusta this year. Pitch is high. And the count goes to 3-1. Blake digs in there. The 3-1 pitch popped up but foul and out of play. 3-2. So the entire Armstrong Georgia College series in Milledgeville was rained out this weekend. Rain got them last night, and the results of the rain made their field unplayable today. Will not be made up. Pitch is fouled away, out of play over the first base side. Count stays 3-2. So there are going to be some spots in the tournament and the seeding in the tournament that will be a little funky because of the uneven number of games played. Going to go on that percentage that I was talking about. The pitch is fouled down into their dugout. Single elimination tournament, and I was talking with Todd Reeser, the CSU athletic director, and he sat in a couple of innings in the first game, and he doesn't like that either. The pitch is a line drive to the shortstop. Boos barely has to move and grabs it for out number 2. And that'll bring up Kevin Manos, who hit the first pitch he saw over the right field fence in the second inning. That put the Cougars on top 3-2 at the time. Trail 5-3 now. Breaking ball misses, ball 1. Tournament will be going back to a double elimination after this year. Foul back into the glove. We've gone back and forth, 1-1. We've gone back and forth from single elimination to double elimination, and it's got to do with scheduling and finals and graduation and so on. We played single elimination before, but we've actually never played this format in the single elimination before. Pitches in there for a called strike. One of the reasons we're in Columbus for it is because we do have 2 stadiums available. In the past, the 1-2 fly ball right, deep right center field, back to the wall. That ball is gone again. How about that? Kevin Manos with his second home run in his many at-bats. He rounds third, gets the handshake from Coach Patrick Collins, comes to the plate and steps on it. His teammates are there to greet him. And the Cougars have pulled to within 1, trailing now 5-4. Nothing to this game, huh, Kevin? My goodness. Kevin had 2 home runs and 43 at-bats coming into this game. And he's got 2 home runs and 2 at-bats in this game. And here's Ryan Eiley. First pitch, he tries to push one down the first base side, and the umpire is going to call him out because he was out of the batter's box when he made contact with the ball, trying to push it down the first base line. And Coach Appleton is going to come out and ask for an explanation. Ryan didn't think so. He was close, but I don't have any idea if he had a foot out of the box. He was trying to push it. He's good at that push bunt. Greg's going to come out and talk with the home plate umpire, and I'll be interested to see if he asks the plate umpire to ask the first base umpire what he saw. And Greg has had his say, and the Cougars are taking the field defensively. All right, so that's it for the Cougars in the 4th inning, but Kevin Manos' second home run of the game gets the Cougars back to within 1. Augusta leading at 5-4. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
CSU fans, your membership in the Cougar Club helps more than 250 CSU student athletes to take Cougar athletics to the next level. Funds raised from the Cougar Club memberships allow CSU to provide scholarships, travel, uniforms, equipment, medical services, recruitment costs, and much more. You can get more info and join the Cougar Club online at csucougars.com, or you can contact Roger Schultz at 706-562-1756. Become a Cougar Club member today.
This is going down right now. Suspect in custody, but nobody inside the perimeter. 10-4.
We have a suspect in custody.
Justice is being served.
You're going to have many questions.
There are still some questions remaining to be answered.
This story isn't over yet.
Why did young men...
It continues.
One thing we do know.
With you.
We're just trying to fight terrorists.
News at the top and bottom of the hour. The smart talk in between.
I think the president knows what the stakes are.
News Radio 540, WDAK. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540, WDAK.
Kevin Dotson leads off the top of the fifth, takes a breaking ball outside 1-0. The Jaguars' lead has been cut in half, 5-4. Augusta with the lead now in the fifth. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. So the plate umpire ruled that Ryan Eiley on his push bunt attempt made contact with at least 1 foot out of the batter's box. The 1-1 driven to right center, but didn't get enough of it. Don't worry about it. Brendan Collins going over in the gap and makes the catch. Quite frankly, every time the ball goes to right center today, you'd think it's got a chance to get out of here. That's been the recipe for success for Kevin Manos. Gone Oppo his 2 at-bats and 2 solo home runs. His second one was a little more towards center than his first one. His first one was off the netting in front of the scoreboard. And the second one was out more into right center. First pitch to Clint Hardy in there for a strike. He homered in the opening game. Pitch misses, 1-1. Drew Taylor is on deck. He had the 3-run bomb in the third inning that put the Jaguars on top in this game. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So just to finish the thought on the conference tournament, the format is different, even though we've played a single elimination tournament before. Before, it's been the quarterfinal games at one stadium on a Saturday. There's a swinging bunt down the third base line. Blake Edwards fields, throws, and he got him. A great play by Blake Edwards coming in and picking it up in one motion and making the throw the first for the outs. He makes it look easy down there, and it's not. Here's Drew Taylor, who hit the 3-run home run his last time up. And then the quarterfinals would be played on a Saturday, and then the next day, when you'd have the semifinals and the championship game. So Sunday would be a long day. And the Peach Belt got into a rain delay last year and had the championship game on that Sunday in the single elimination was pushed deep into the night, and the pitch is fouled away. 1-1, so deep that it actually held up the NCAA Division II selection show to announce the teams that would be in the regional. So the NCAA wanted to make sure that that didn't happen again anywhere across the country. And the pitch misses inside, 2-1. So thus, the Sunday here at Ragsdale will feature one game, the championship game. It's at 1, and it'll be done in plenty of time for the, barring some kind of crazy weather again like we had yesterday. 2-1 pitch misses inside, 3-1. Got to be careful here, Mike, against this big guy. 3-1 on the way to the plate, and he was careful and missed outside, though. Ball 4. So a 2-out walk issued by Mike McGinnity in his second inning of work here. Bryant Headley started and went 3. And Nick Rao, a walk and a ground out to third. CSU has something really neat that's coming up. It's called Girls in the Game. Talked a little bit about it in the first game. Want to mention it again here. There's a strike on the outside corner. Coming up on Thursday, April 30th at the River Mill Event Center, the CSU Athletic Department will host the very first Girls in the Game luncheon. Throw to first, and he's back safely. A benefit to raise funds and support for CSU's women's athletics program. The Girls in the Game luncheon, first event of its kind at Columbus State. First time ever a gathering designed for women, by women, to empower CSU's female student athletes. And go to the CSUCougars.com, the website, and on the very first page you'll see a banner at the top that says Girls in the Game. Click on that. Breaking ball outside. Boy, that's a great play by Blaine Miller. That saved a runner moving up in the scoring position. Blaine slid out and blocked that with his body. 1-1. So go to CSUCougars.com, click on the Girls in the Game banner up at the top of the page, and it'll give you a chance to read more about it and a chance to actually register for the event. Breaking ball is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. That's a great idea. And we hope a lot of you take advantage of that, and they have a very good one out of the chute. There goes the runner from first, and the pitch, and Blaine can't get a handle on it. He tried to grab the off-speed pitch and throw, but it slipped out of his hands initially, and he brought it back into his glove. So a stolen base for Drew Taylor. And a count of 2-2 now on Nick Rao, with 2 down in the top of the 5th, with the Jaguars leading by 1 run. The pitch fouled off of the glove of Miller and back to the screen. Casey Cornett, our volleyball coach, really the driving force behind this Girls in the Game. I just see Casey walking into the stands. Some of her players sitting down there. The pitch is popped up, but foul and out of play. And loudly falls into the stands here. Volleyball team had a some spring matches over in the rec center today. Exhibition matches. Mike McGinnity trying to get out of some 2-out trouble here in the 5th inning. Cougars trail by a run. Checks the runner at second, and the pitch misses low and away, and that runs the count full to Nick Rao. So the Jaguars' second baseman will step back in there. Check of the runner at second, and the pitch. There's a looper in the left field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Here comes the runner to the plate. Here comes the throw. He is safe as he tumbles across the base. And the Jaguars lead it 6-4. They get a 2-out base hit to get a run in. There was going to be a play at the plate, you knew right away, because Manos came in, charged the ball, and his throw was to the mound side of the plate, and Drew Taylor came in, almost did a somersault atop over the plate. It wasn't very pretty, but it was effective, and they get the 2-run lead back. Pitch misses away to Gage Patton, and it's 1-0. I think the Russian judge gave Taylor a 4 on that forward somersault. Throw to first, back safely. McGinnity to the belt, to the plate, popped him up. In foul territory, should stay in. Blake Edwards is under it and grabs it by the coach's box for out number 3, but not before the Jaguars get that run right back. A 2-out RBI single off the bat of Nick Rao, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're halfway home in game number 2 of the doubleheader, with Georgia Regents Augusta leading Columbus State 6-4. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
You're busy with places to go and people to see. At CD&T, we understand. That's why we created the Synovus Connections prepaid card. Use it for purchases, ATM withdrawals, and even get cash back. It's an affordable alternative to checking, simple to load, and can be replaced if lost or stolen. Plus, there's no credit check required. Let CD&T help you manage your busy lifestyle. Visit us for details or to open your Synovus Connections card today. CD&T, a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC. Fees and restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Looking for relaxing and comfortable overnight accommodations in Columbus? Call the Wingate Hotel. You'll find newly remodeled rooms, complete with HD 46-inch televisions and a secure high-speed wireless and wired internet connection. You can relax in their spa or saltwater pool. Near Bradley Park, the Wingate Hotel is convenient for shopping, dining, and entertainment, and they offer complimentary shuttle transportation to most local destinations. The Wingate Hotel, 1711 Rollins Way in Bradley Park. Call 706-225-1000.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, halfway home in this one, 6-4 Jaguars, and top of the order for the Cougars. Brendan Collins will lead it off against Matthew Kuhlenberg. The first pitch is downstairs for ball 1. Brendan singled in the first inning. He was caught stealing for the first time all year, as a matter of fact, and he flied to left in the second inning. Kuhlenberg comes set into the plate. Pitches in there for a strike. He has pitched from the stretch the entire game. Former Columbus State player, left here 2 years ago. He's from Columbus, his hometown, so you know that this would mean a lot to him if he could come back in here and get a win. There's a fly ball to center field, and Hardy is under it, and he's got it for the first out of the inning. Cougars had to rally to come from behind to win the opening game. They led 2-0 and 3-2 here until a 3-run home run put the Jaguars on top. Cougars got a little closer with Kevin Manos' second home run of the day in the 4th, but Jaguars added a run in the top of this inning. Here is Jackson Oliver, takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Jackson is 0 for 2 in this game. Next pitch is in the dirt. We'll be back out here on Wednesday for our next broadcast. Final regular season home game for the Cougars, Valdosta State, 5 o'clock. First pitch and 5 o'clock airtime right here on News Radio 540. The pitch is high. 3-0. And then our next broadcast after that would be the quarterfinals of the Peach Belt Tournament on May 9th, and we'll broadcast every postseason game for the Cougars, home and away. The next pitch misses for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk for Matthew Kuhlenberg. And that is his first walk. Here's Mike McClellan. He singled and scored a run in the first inning. Kuhlenberg has 2 strikeouts and 1 walk on the afternoon. Mike could tie this up with 1 swing of the bat. He had a home run in game 1. First pitch misses inside and low, 1-0. Good to see a couple of people at the park today. Coach Charles Ragsdale was here, and one of his players from the early years, from around 1970, Hall of Fame left-hander Dan Camp pitches downstairs. 2-0, one of the great pitchers in not only CSU history, but I think in all of Division II college baseball. He was just simply phenomenal. You look at his numbers, and they're just mind-boggling. 2-0 pitch. Misses outside, 3-0, so he's missed with 7 straight now. A right-hander getting loose in the Jaguars' pen. Dan's such a good guy. 2 of his sons played here. Dan's been living out in California for a while, so he's back visiting the family in this area. There's ball 4, a 4-pitch walk, so Kuhlenberg has missed with 8 straight. And here comes Jaguar coach out of the bullpen. I don't know if the right-hander down there is ready yet. They haven't tipped their cap down in the pen, so the slow walk out for Jason Eller. And at one point in game 1, he made the slow walk out and had a long conversation and made the umpire come out and break it up. And when that happened, he then turned and motioned to the bullpen. Let's see if he will do the same thing this time as the plate umpire is strolling to the mound. And he talks to Coach Eller. Coach Eller talks back to him, buying more time for his reliever in the bullpen. And they continue to have a conversation. And the coach, by doing this, is allowing his reliever more time to get ready down in the pen, and now he points to the bullpen. So he's got a game plan, and good for him if the umpire lets him get away with it, which he has twice today. And we'll take a 60-second pitching change break. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK. Cougar Baseball is sponsored by Pepsi, Burger King, the Wingate Hotel in Bradley Park, CB&T, and the St. Francis Orthopedic Institute. Follow the Cougars on the flagship station of the
12,
CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
Yes, 12.
Columbus State University, committed to excellence in the classroom and on the court. Burger King is proud to support Columbus State University. Over the years, the men's and women's teams have built a tradition of hometown success. This success is founded on a dedication to the highest standards of preparation, practice, and performance. You see it on the court, and you see it in the classroom. Columbus State University, a standard of excellence Burger King is proud to support.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
Second pitcher of the game for the Jaguars is Tyler Brown, a 6'2", 160-pound right-handed sophomore out of Statesboro, Georgia. And let's take a look at his numbers. 3-4 with an ERA of 6.43. 42 innings, 59 hits, 30 earned runs, 30 strikeouts, and 15 walks. So Matthew Kuhlenberg will not be able to pick up the win today individually because he did not go 5, 4 1/3. And back-to-back walks here in the 5th after getting the first out of the inning. And he is out of the ball game, and the Cougars trailing 6-4. with Jackson Oliver at second, Mike McClellan at first, and Blaine Miller. Blaine doubled in the first inning. Brown turns around and looks Jackson Oliver back to the bag at second. Blaine doubled right down the third base line and scored a run in that first inning. First pitch swinging, hits it into center field. That ball is carrying, still carrying, but just short of the track. Hardy grabs it. He slips as he makes the catch, but rights himself and gets it back up and in. Oliver moves to third, and McClellan stays at first. Blaine Miller just missed getting that ball out of here. He hit it a long way just to the left of the 403 sign, but just short of the track. If he hits it more toward right, that's a 3-run home run for him. Wind blowing out to right, and it's really been carrying as it usually does to right center here. But it's a long, noisy out. And here's Christian Miller, who had a big 2-out hit to drive in the first 2 runs for the Cougars. He takes a strike. That was in the first inning. Christian digs in there from the right side. And the pitch, low and away, 1-1. Christian did not play in the opening game. He's a junior out of Eastman, Georgia. That's been a pretty successful hometown for CSU basketball players. The 1-1 is fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes. 6 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Jaguars. 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error for the Cougars as we play in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners on the corners and 2 down. 1-2 count now on Christian Miller. The 1-2 pitch, trying to get him to chase a breaking ball, but he laid off of it. Low and away. So that evens the count at 2-2. All 6 runs the Cougars scored in the opening game came with 2 outs. The first 2 here in this game with 2 outs. That was Christian's 2-run single. Pitch to the plate, swing and a miss. He tied him up high and inside. Climbed the ladder on him, ran it in, and struck him out. So Tyler Brown comes on and puts out the fire for the Jaguars. Nothing doing for the Cougars. They leave a couple of more men on. And we've played 5 innings here at Ragsdale in game number 2. Cougars going for the sweep, but trailing in game 2, 6-4. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540 WDAK.
We served our country like those before us.
The camaraderie is what kept me going. You know, it was a dangerous area. All of Vietnam was dangerous. I didn't know what to expect when I got back.
For the first 10 years after I got out, no one would have known that I was in the service.
I got home, got married 2 weeks later, got a job.
We came back, built lives, families, and communities, but we still had challenges.
The carnage of war left an indelible mark on me.
I would have intrusive thoughts. They're horrible nightmares.
Services and support that can help are available for veterans.
I went to the VA, talked to my doctor.
I started doing groups. I started doing one-on-one counseling.
We found ways to move past these challenges for ourselves and for our families. At MakeTheConnection.net, you can hear our stories and find tools and services available to you.
The more I talk to people, family, friends, other vets, the better I feel.
This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
Third pitcher of the game for the Cougars as we go to the 6th in a 6-4 Jaguar lead. Jordan Vilhauer, 5'10", 160-pound right-handed senior out of Canton, Georgia. And Jordan, 0-0 record, an ERA of 2.53. He'll face the bottom third of the order for the Jaguars, and he hits the first man he sees, Nate Crown. And as soon as that ball hits Crown, you could see Jordan looking at his hand like the ball just slipped out of his hand, and so he went down to the dirt and to the mound to put some dirt on that. That gets another leadoff man on for the Jaguars here. Let's see how they play it. Boost the shortstop. Not squaring. Pops it up back this way, right at me, right in front of me, as a matter of fact, a few rows down. I had that one all the way, but it just was a little short. I guess I should have charged it, though, right? My excuse is my cord on my headset is not long enough. The 0-1. Fly ball center field. Don't worry about it. Brendan Collins is back, short of the track. He's under it, and he's got it. So one down. So the Jaguars elect not to try to bunt the runner over to increase their lead with the number 8 hitter with a leadoff man at first. And now that'll bring up the catcher, number 9 hitter, Brent Alford. 0 for 2 in this game. And he lines it into right center. It's going to drop down for a base hit. Jackson Oliver gets it on one hop. We'll get it back in quickly, but Alford went the other way. Soft liner in the right center. Crown stops at second, so first and second and one down, and back to the top of the order in Bradley Dennis. Dennis struck out swinging in the first, walked and scored in the third, and grounded out in the fourth inning. He did not play in the opening game of the doubleheader. Checks the runner out at second, and the pitch is in there for a called strike. Jordan checks the runner again at second, and the pitch tried to check his swing but could not do so and went around. And Dennis is in the hole, 0-2. CSU still trailing 5-4 down in the softball game of the second game of the doubleheader. That might be a final now. It was in the seventh inning. Pitches in the dirt. Good stop again by Blaine to keep that one from going all the way back to the screen. Count goes to 1-2. First and second, one down, top of the sixth. Jaguars threatening again. Swing and a miss. That was an awkward looking swing by Bradley Dennis for out number 2. And here's Kevin Dodson. Jaguars got a 3-run home run with 2 outs in the third inning that put them on top in this game. 2 on with 2 outs here in the sixth. Dodson's first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Popped him up. Will it stay in? First base side, foul territory. Mike McGinnity out of my view, and the home plate umpire says no catch. He went out of my view in the corner, toward the corner, far corner of the first base dugout. So I can't tell you exactly what happened over there, except that he couldn't make the catch. And the count is even at 1-1. Check of the runner out at second again. The 1-1 pitch popped up, and this one will most definitely get out of play. One and two. I think that is a final 5-4 Flagler in the second game, I believe. So a split of the doubleheader down there. If I'm right, I'll confirm that between innings. Check of the runner at second again. Long look back there. The 1-2 pitch in on his hands. He fought it off and fouled it back toward the recreation center. I tell you, boy, late in the season, it is tough playing these teams that are having a tough year and are out of postseason consideration. They come in loose, wanting to be spoilers. There's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. So a nice comeback for Jordan Vilhauer. He strikes out the last two batters of the inning. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Time to get the bats going. The Cougars trail it 6-4. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network, News Radio 540.
In blind taste test, consumers are asked to choose which cola taste they prefer.
I usually drink Coke, but the Pepsi was way better than Coke. You can tell the difference.
I was a little bit surprised that Pepsi's sweeter.
Pepsi hit it right.
Now, back to Host Hunters.
We're searching the radio neighborhood for a great talk show that Gabe and Renee can call their own.
The Valley's Morning News.
I really like a show that can be serious but knows how to party like me.
We found the perfect combination right here.
The Valley's Morning News with Scott and Wes.
Perfect, and we won't have to renovate. Their perfect show is move-in ready.
Monday, 7 to 9 on News Radio 540 WDAK. This is the flagship station of the CSU Sports Network. News Radio 540 WDAK.
The second baseman, number 10, Carson Bowers.
Here's Carson Bowers to lead off the bottom of the sixth with the Cougars trailing 6-4 game 2 of our doubleheader. Face Tyler Brown, the second pitcher of the day for the Jaguars in his second inning of work, first full inning. Slow breaking ball drops in there for a called strike. Bowers 1 for 2 in this game. Swung on and fouled it over to the on deck circle on the CSU side, 0-2. So the softball team did lose the second game 5-4. Oh, 2 pitch, sharply hit ball. Great play by the third baseman. Throws to first, and he got him. Boy, Gage Patton was in on the grass, and it was a sharply hit one hopper that it short hopped him, and he scooped it and fired the first. So no matter who they have playing third base today, they've made great plays. Carson Bowers robbed over there for out number 1. Here's Blake Edwards, 0 for 2. Wind picking up now to right center. Pitches downstairs. Makes you get the feeling that rain scheduled to move in. More rain later tonight. Getting a little closer. Pitches on the outside corner for a called strike. 1-1, much to the chagrin of Blake. He's 0 for 2 in this game. Pitch misses outside. 2-1. Pitch downstairs.